for the Badge Podcast. You know what time it is. It's time for the Premier League predictions for the upcoming weekend. Want to welcome my man X back to the episode. We'll go ahead and we'll get started with Chelsea winning the group.
Yeah,
Champions League.
huge, man. Needed
Thought
it.
happen.
Needed it. But I mean, we paid a heavy price. It's
Everybody's paying that price.
we're paying it. I know, and then what I'm hopeful for is yes, we get an easier draw. We're supposed to get an easier draw. But yeah, right.
Quote
Um,
unquote.
but with like I said, with at what price, we're going to be hobbling. But I'm really glad that we have the World Cup break coming up. It's going to help us, I think, more than most clubs in this situation because we need that downtime. We need that downtime to get Chile back. We're going to need that downtime to get Reese back, and then after the cup because they're not playing as well. So it actually, while it's going to hurt these national squads not having their Chelsea players play or even in the lineup, we're going to be healthy after the break. So if we can just sustain until the end of the month, we will come back and we'll be fine because we'll be at full strength and we have the January window. So yeah, man, but we needed that first place win. It solidified Potter being able to take the reins. It made up for Tuchel's mistake when we went to Zagreb the first time and kind of put everything up in a toss. Milan shows up in this group and we could easily be in second. And then, God forbid we slid into third because Europa is going to be
Then you would have
packed.
saw us, and you don't want that.
Well, Europa is going to be packed. Yeah, absolutely not. So we already had to fight that battle once in our history. I'd rather not try to get the Europa League to get us back in the Champions League again. That was not fun. That was not a fun tournament for us.
Yeah, you're not kidding, man. Y'all's upcoming schedule. First of
Yeah,
all, you play us on Sunday, and then
right.
you got the Carabao Cup at Manchester City. Then you're
Yep.
away at Newcastle.
Yep. That's a cup final right here, right now.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's the Carbonaro Cup, but it's a cup final. That's a cup final game before we even break, and we are. I would say we're at 60%, 70% now. We have no midfield left.
yeah, maybe.
Any midfield we have has to be like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, like we were talking today. He's gonna have to slide back and play that defensive role. God forbid Sterling plays again, and then let him get hurt. Like,
Well,
oh,
if you play three at the back, you have no one to play wingback. There are no wingbacks left.
there are no wing backs. They're
There are.
gone.
Best you can do is Aspilicueta slots in uh, as a center
He's injured.
defense, as a center D, and
He's
Cuckoo.
injured. Aspilicueta is not at full strength. He's not at full health. The last time I read, I don't even think he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be eligible. It's not looking good, bro. It's
That's
not
not
looking good. It's not looking good. Right.
Not to mention, you've got on January the 5th, you play City in the league.
Yep. For the
And
league, right? In the
Liverpool.
league.
Then you play Palace. Then you play Liverpool.
Yep. But I'm hoping we'll get James. We should get James back by January, and we'll definitely have Chile back by January, from what the reports are saying today from the scan on his thigh. So
Mm-hmm.
he'll miss the World Cup, but he'll be back by January. What worries me about Chilwell is this is kind of along the same lines of what put him out last season for us too. So it's like that N'Golo Conte thing. Like I'm hoping this isn't a reoccurring injury that we're gonna have to keep up with for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
We need him on the field. The team's built around having him there now. We got rid of Marcus. We have no reserve for that wing back position.
Well, if everybody was healthy, it wouldn't be such a crazy. If you, you know,
Right.
it's kind of the
Right.
same story. It's kind of the same story at Arsenal. I mean, we're not really hit by injuries as much. We definitely have some, but the importance of winning the Europa League group is just the same.
Right.
Even more so, I would say. Because of this third place. Did they start doing that last season or this season? I'm not
I want to say it's this season, but
They're doing it from Europa to Conference League, from Champions
right,
League to Europa, and Europa
all
to
the way down.
Conference League.
Right, all the way down.
I mean, what do you think about that? I think I'm not a huge fan of it.
I'm not either, only because when you look at it from the bottom up, I do like it. If I'm conference trying to I do. What I don't like is the fact that teams like us or Barcelona or Milan or
Juventus.
Madrid, PSG, like we don't deserve a second chance.
I agree completely.
There should be no drop down from champions to Europa. That's the whole point of the Europa, is to get you back to champions, not give the Champions League a second chance. It's to
Right.
get someone in that cup who doesn't belong there.
100%.
So like I like it coming from the bottom up. I don't like it ends at Champions League. It should not trickle down. I don't like that at all. We don't deserve a second chance. Barca's out. They don't deserve to go to another tournament in Europe. They
Right.
prove they can't play European football at the level. You know how tough it is to get those bids? Like in every league. That's what teased me off about this. You know how tough it is to get top four? You know how much fight there is at the end of the season for third and fourth place in those tight races? You know how many
Absolutely.
times we have fought? We know. We fought over third and fourth. We fought over fifth and fourth in recent years. If we don't win the league, we're in third or fourth place, fighting for it.
Or
So
you
yeah,
finish, or you finish sixth and win the Champions League.
so right. So I just don't. Those spots are given to those countries. You deserve those spots. You earn those spots based upon how well you performed in your domestic league. You don't
No.
deserve a second chance in Europe. I'm sorry, you just don't. Even if I was in the position, we wouldn't deserve that chance. You just don't.
Yeah, I
You
agree.
guys, if you win it, you deserve to come play in Champions League. Not if you lose, you deserve to go play Europa. That's absolutely absurd to me. But I like the conference to Europa switch off. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense to go up instead of down, instead of
Right.
backwards as well.
That's right.
Uh,
If you
and
want to have a playoff. Well, yeah.
especially this season, it's going to be even worse because when you don't win the group and you come in second place, like Manchester United, with
Right.
some let's just say lackluster performances in the Europa League. I mean, if they catch Barca or Madrid or even Salzburg. So
Right.
I mean, Sporting put up a good fight in the group with Tottenham. I feel like Leverkusen's really kind of unknown to me, but they got in ahead of Madrid. And let's go Madrid finished bottom of that group.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Champions League's really interesting. Speaking of winning the Champions League and just saying whatever about your league form, has Klopp already done that? Is that already where Liverpool is? They beat Napoli. I mean, I guess the game didn't matter, but Napoli absolutely flying, and Liverpool seem to have some performances recently, I guess, in the Champions League, and their league form has been awful.
Awful. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough game over at Liverpool, I would think, because that squad's aging. They don't have the resources to really pour back in. He's got to win something. He has to. If he doesn't win more trophies over there and gets the funding he needs, he's not going to be able to replace that squad.
I mean, you think it's the seven season syndrome that everybody's talking about?
I mean,
Coming back for him again. I think I've heard a good point on a couple of different podcasts where they were saying about how Klopp's never rebuilt his own team.
right.
He's come in and rebuilt what was there, but he doesn't. We've never seen him, I should say, rebuild from his own teams kind of going downhill. And this one is so crazy. Competing for 4 trophies last season. Maybe they just gave everything last season. And
I mean, that's very much so. I mean,
yeah,
we saw them in shootouts twice. So like, I mean, it's they're no this there's not a I think, and it's so funny. We mentioned this in one of the talking and on the podcast. I think the loss of Sadio Mane
yeah,
is way bigger on that squad than anyone. Like, he's a silent leader. He's a moral person. He
yeah.
shows up in the locker room. He puts in work.
Jota
On
and Nunez don't press like he did.
no. I like Darwin Newton. I like Darwin. I just
I don't like either of them.
see. I like Darwin.
No.
He's big. He's big. If you could, he
I like
could play
Luis
like a
Diaz.
Costa.
Liverpool, Luis Diaz fights for the badge. So that I like Luis Diaz.
See, and I feel the same way about a lot of people don't like him, but I like the way Roberto Firmino plays most games. But he
Carry
plays
and carrying
he's
them
a
in the league.
character, right, right. But he plays like when you watch him play, it's the same it's this you make this about Reece James all the time, where he just looks lackadaisical. I feel every time I watch Robbie, it's the same thing. He just looks lackadaisical, but then he shows up, scores a
Well,
goal.
he's the showboat kind of. He strikes me as the banana boat guy that wears
Yeah,
boots when we're 13 years old, and we're all like, man, come on,
come
come on.
on, man.
What are you doing?
Right. Yeah.
But he's been stepping up big for him for Liverpool this season, a
Yeah.
few times in the league. But
Yep.
do you think that Liverpool have what it takes to win the Champions League? Even a shout at all?
No.
Even on their best day, you don't think they could be the likes of Bayern,
No. No. It's Bayern.
Madrid?
Surprisingly, PSG. Even though there's a curse over there, I swear there's a curse.
And it's not a surprise that PSG.
Well, I'm saying they won't. It's been not a surprise for PSG for the past 10 years, but yet they still can't get out of the round of 16 or past the semifinal. Like,
Yeah, but
PSG
Messi.
always
Uh,
chokes. They always choke, and they will forever till the end of time. They'll
how do you
choke.
think? How do you think the World Cup being before the group stage of these Champions League is going to affect those? They're not till February, but still, like, I can't imagine the hangover you'd get from finishing second. What if Messi finishes second again? Is
Yeah, what
he,
kind of headspace are you going to be
and
in for?
what if France and Brazil go out in the group stage and then Messi finishes in the semifinal and doesn't even play the third place game, and
Yep.
Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi just come back just so mad, just
Man,
so.
yeah,
Do you
upset.
think that? Do you think any of that'll happen at all with anybody?
I think if you let Messi go deep in this tournament, we saw how it affected him when he quit the Argentinian squad
Oh
or
yeah,
retired.
I forgot about that. Yeah, yeah.
We've seen that because Messi really wears that country on his shoulder when he puts on that badge.
Absolutely.
He takes that very much. He takes it more serious than he did at Barca or at PSG. Like he really wears that jersey, and it means a lot to him. It means a lot to his country. He understands what it means, so he really embodies that. And he takes the weight of that. I think if they make it deep into the tournament and there's another heartbreak like there was with Germany, if they make it to a quarter and then get beat out, say shootouts or 1-0 late winner type deal, yeah, man, I think Messi would, I don't think it would not, I don't think it's going to derail him, but there's definitely going to be an edge knocked off that game coming back for the Champions League. Having to keep your physical fitness plus your mental fitness, because there's, like I said, you go deep in all these tournaments, you go deep in your league and your domestic cups. It's an astronomical amount of games this season.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid.
For sure. For sure.
So I think he could see it, and I think honestly, I don't think you know let Brazil go deep. Thiago Silva is going to take that personal. He won't be mentally right for us.
Neymar is definitely gonna.
Yeah,
Neymar's
Neymar.
to prove from last
France.
from yeah, he's for
It's
sure.
funny though because like France, the way France has been playing in world football lately, it's almost like they won and they're good. Like they don't want to
They're happy
uphold.
to win a cup every 20 years and then whatever.
They're good. Like it's just the atmosphere. I mean, they're missing their entire midfield this time. You know how much? I mean, Olivier Giroud's a monster. I mean, I get it. Mbappe's a monster. As you joke all the time, pass it to the Italians, let them get it done. I don't think France knows it. It won one. That was its golden age. I think that they know the firepower that's going to come in this tournament.
I don't know. There's no clear favorite other than Brazil for me. There's no like on paper, there's nobody, and especially since that last round of Nations League and stuff, I watched a lot of games. I don't know. That's why this one seems to be a bit of a wild card, but we'll definitely get into some World Cup stuff at a later
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Anybody beating Man City for Champions League? Last little thing about the Champions League. Who do you think? Who do you think? End all be all before the knockout stage starts. Before we even see the draw, who do you think?
Madrid or Bayern.
Really? Pep's not gonna win, eh?
No.
You don't think a rested Erling Haaland who wasn't at the World Cup?
Nope.
I mean, that's what he's there to do. He's there to win. He's there to win the
I
Champions League.
No, and I do not see. I think Madrid and Bayern are going 100%. 100%. We'll make it past 16. It depends on the draw, but we should make past six. We should make it past 16.
Why? Oh no, you
Then
don't
we're
have,
done.
you don't have to play Bayern. You won't have to play Bayern.
Right. We'll be
Not
done after that.
Paris. What happens if you catch Paris?
If we're not healthy, Paris will wreck us. If we're healthy, if we had a full defensive squad, we had Chile, we had Cuckoo, we had James, we got Conte back.
Maybe.
Bro, we are a menace on paper healthy. We're just not healthy.
Maybe.
COVID.
Who's a menace against Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe? Who? Like who? You know, come on.
I mean, no one's keeping up with a gazelle on the field, so Mbappe's going to outrun everybody. But I'm pretty sure Reece James is going to keep up with Neymar or Messi at this stage, defensively, speed wise, tactical wise. I think the same thing. I think I would hope to say Ben Chilwell could at least keep pace with Messi, being that he's 40.
Right.
He's 33, but whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. I just see Bayern Munich.
Either Madrid or Paris, I think. If either of them can beat City, I think that team, whoever beats City, personally, I think will win.
It's the Barcelona theory, right? So back in the day, it was whoever beat Barca won. If Barca didn't win during that span of like it was 0-0 to 10, if you beat Barca, you went on to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's that. Yeah, I get you.
You think Barcelona have a shot to win Europa League?
No, I want to see them burn so bad. They stole so many transfers from us. I think this is hilarious. Y'all deserve it. Fine. Fofana, you want to go over there? Or and Rafina, y'all want to go over there? Delit, you don't want to come, or De Jong, you don't want to come over here because fine, burn, go out in
Europa League. There's not many teams in Europa League.
I hope they go to a squad and think, oh, we're Barcelona, we're gonna wreck these kids, and Haifa again, flying high for the badge fans, off the rafters, going for it.
Honestly, if Arsenal don't win the Europa League, it's going to be like Ajax or or Juventus. It's going to be one of the Champions League teams if it's not Arsenal because there's not much going on in Europa League. I'm not. I mean, Union Saint Gilloy won Group D.
That's why I don't like the fact that these Champions League squads slip down in. It makes no sense to me. None.
AS Roma scraped through. I mean, Anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll move on, and we'll go ahead and we'll start up with Premier League predictions. I say we're going to get the other games. We'll leave Chelsea Arsenal to the end. We'll start with Leeds Bournemouth. What you think? Do you want to hear mine first?
We'll alternate them. If we're going down the match week, let's just alternate them. We'll go Leeds. You can give me your Leeds Bournemouth. I'll give you my Fulham.
I've already predicted all of mine.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was saying. Oh, have you already made your predictions?
Yes.
Yeah, never mind then. All right. I said 2-0 Leeds.
Okay. I had 1-0 Bournemouth.
1-0 Bournemouth?
Yeah.
Nice. That's an awful prediction, and I'd love to see it. That's a terrible prediction. Leeds just beat Liverpool, and it's at Leeds.
I know.
All right, man. I don't know why I'm trying to convince you.
Bournemouth's standing on their head, dog. Watch.
Bournemouth just gave up those 3 goals to Tottenham, dude. They couldn't defend a corner kick for their lives.
I'm telling you, Leeds is going to come in overinflated, and Bournemouth's going to stick a 1-0 and grind that game.
All right, whatever, man.
Watch.
I sat and stared at the Man City Fulham prediction for a long time. Like,
Really? That one was easy for me. I immediately just went 3-0.
3
3-0
0
Man City.
Get out of town, man.
3-0
Nah,
Man City all day.
it's going to be closer than that. 3
No.
0
3-0.
No respect for my man Mitrovic.
None.
No respect. Did you know that Erling Haaland might not play?
Yeah, he's that knock he took.
No, they'll risk him for this game. They need him for this game. Fulham are no pushover. I guarantee Fulham will not go to City and sit back as deep as Leicester did at home versus
At
City.
home versus City.
I guarantee that Fulham will give them a game. I said 2-1.
It's at City. No.
2-1 City.
Whatever,
2-1
man.
City.
You're
Yeah, man.
not getting any. Oh, you know what? No. Okay.
It's gonna be a barnstormer, man. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be
Be a good one. That's gonna be the one I'm gonna watch tomorrow. I'm gonna watch that one
a
tomorrow.
fire sale. Yeah, for sure.
And I'm gonna watch the other ones, but that'll be the one I watch live for sure. All right, down to the City ground, Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. Let me guess, Nottingham's gonna win 5-0 is what you said.
All day, baby. Get that goal. Get that goal difference down.
I said 2-1 Brentford.
Ooh, I said 1-0 Brentford.
1-0 Brentford.
Yeah, Forest just doesn't have. They're just again.
There's no hope. There's no
I
hope.
sympathize with my man so much. We're not good enough to play in this league. Like,
I think the whole new manager bounce for Bournemouth came because you're talking about Scotty Parker said that about Bournemouth.
right. I just sympathize with my man.
I think that whole new manager thing for Bournemouth came because they were just like pissed that he'd said that about them.
He said that, right? That's
Yeah,
all it
like,
was.
you know what? No, we're just gonna go on a 5-game unbeaten streak or whatever, you know.
Oh,
But
we're not good enough. We're not good enough. Right.
Steve Cooper refused to say that.
Oh
when
yeah. No, they asked it. They tried to bait my man. Right.
Yeah,
They tried to bait
him.
Yeah.
Does that guy look like his eyes are closed like always, or is it just me?
Anyway.
All right, down at Molineux, the Wolverhampton Stadium is Wolves Brighton. What you
Ooh.
got on this one?
This one took me a while. I went through and had to watch.
Easy, the whole deal.
No,
This is one of all of them, except for Arsenal, Chelsea, obviously.
no way. No way. Actually, I think this one's gonna be really. I think this is gonna be a lot closer of a game. It's gonna be a grind, but I did put Wolves up.
Your boy's serving a 3-game ban.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I put. It's
Gotta love.
Diego. It's
Just
Diego.
Diego back to his old tricks.
It's Diego Costa, man.
Same.
Nothing that I read about that man surprises me at all.
Just the same. Oh man. Yeah. Gotta hate him.
But I did have 1-0 Wolves.
1-0 Wolves. Wow. Dude, we are worlds apart this
Worlds
week.
apart.
Hey. Worlds apart this week. I said 2-0 Brighton.
Whoa.
Yeah. Dude, they just smashed y'all. They're flying. They absolutely, and now they're gonna go lose to Wolves. All right, man. All right.
We did not play that. Anyway.
If they play like against Wolves, they'll crush.
We smashed us.
Y'all didn't. Yeah. Y'all didn't show up. Yeah, I get it.
We beat ourselves. When we played like CSU, scoring 2 goals on ourselves on some right.
The double own goal that I don't know the last time I saw that.
Right. Yeah, I know what it was. It was when we were on the field playing with.
There you go. Yeah. With CJ and the gang.
That's right.
Oh man.
The Everton live
Lampard down at Goodison Park. What? What did you say?
Yes, sir. Right. The Everton Leicester game. I got 2-0 going to Everton, baby.
I thought you were about to say 2-0 Leicester. Oh, jeez.
No, I think Frankie's gonna get my boy Brendan Rodgers. I think my boy Frankie's gonna cost my boy Rodgers his job.
I hope not, man. Because if the longer Rodgers stays, the more likely Leicester are to get relegated. And so that means Forest and Leicester they're already looking to lock up the relegation spot. That means Frankie's safe, man. There's only one spot left. Frankie and old Jesse Marsh, Everton and Leeds should be good. They shouldn't have to worry about it because there's only one spot and it's going to Wolves.
It's going.
Oh my goodness gracious! I said 1-0 Everton. I just think that Leicester, they might be a little bit scared. They
Right.
might be a little bit, afraid.
Yep.
Everton, have scored goals this season. I'm still miffed about the pathetic display versus City. So I'm ragging on them. I don't think
Rag,
they're going to do anything in this
ragging
game.
on
I
them.
think it's going to be really boring.
Yeah.
I think
I
Everton are
do think that
fit
game is
out
going to be.
game.
I think it's going to be a grind. I really do. I'm not going to. I'm not excited to have to or want to watch that game.
It's
I will
not
tell
going
you
to
that.
be
It's
exciting
not going to be right.
unless you're an Everton fan. It's not
No,
going to be exciting. Otherwise, if you're a Leicester fan, I guarantee it won't be exciting.
guarantee it will be exciting.
All right, we'll
Yeah.
skip Chelsea Arsenal for the moment.
Yep.
Man United visit Villa Park. This was like one of the toughest ones for me.
Freak.
Man
See,
United,
this week's wild then, because this one was a no-brainer. I went 0-2 Man U.
their away form hasn't been great, and
Villa, all they're gonna do is
Bruno
take a bunch of
Fernandez is
yellows.
out.
All they're gonna do is take a bunch of yellows. Stevie G's gone.
Yeah, but Unai Emery is there now,
Oh, come on.
and he's
Unai.
had a week. He's had a week to rein him in, and so since last Tuesday, so however many days that is, 5 days, he's had to rein them in. Uh, I said 1-1. I said 1-1. Yeah. Yeah. If Man United puts Harry Maguire up top again, like
Oh,
they
it's over. It's
first.
over. It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight.
Did you see that?
Yes.
No, that I don't even. What do you even?
I
That wow.
made history, man. Harry Maguire playing up top with Ronaldo, dog.
Good for him. Yeah. That's your only. Yeah. Wow. Jeez. I don't even.
Hang up
That's
the
bad.
jersey. Hang up the jersey.
It's just the same thing that is happening everywhere. There's no depth anywhere because everybody's injured.
Everybody's injured.
You
And
know.
it's just gonna get worse. I think the World Cup's gonna and I think this is where I do agree with you. Sidebar on this. I do agree with you where I do think this cup is more up in the air than usual. This is the tip of the iceberg for the injuries that we're gonna see during the cup as well. Like Timo Werner won an ankle sprain. Now Germany's down a striker.
I mean, let's not overplay Timo Werner's, input.
Hate him. I mean, he's good in the German league. Leave him where he's good at. Like,
All right. Yeah. I mean, hey.
but Southampton, Newcastle. This one was hard for me.
No, this is the easiest one of the lot. Yeah, Newcastle 2-0. Easy.
Okay, I did go 0-1 Newcastle, so okay.
Newcastle are gonna smash, dude. 1 to the Toon Army, he says.
Yes, sir.
Another tough one, man. West Ham Crystal Palace. I said 1-1.
I said 0-0.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Palace ain't got nothing going for
Yeah, West Ham are struggling too to
them.
score.
Exactly. And West Ham are just struggling. They're little
It's
engine that could right now,
nothing.
man.
Like it doesn't look great on paper.
No, I'm not. It's on
Palace have been awful away from home, though. I will say that. So
West
yeah,
Ham.
West Ham have been a bit resurgent after their poor start to the season. Is at home. Yeah, I don't know. I still think it'll just be a kind of a tepid
I
draw.
think it's just gonna be a grind. Not gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be a grind. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the next game might be the same. To be honest with you, Liverpool
Really?
visiting Tottenham.
You think if Liverpool? You
I'm
think if
gonna do the exact same thing that they always do. The exact same thing they always do. If they play sloppy like they normally do in the midfield, they'll give a goal or two in the first half, and then they'll come out. It's the same story every single game. They try to defend well. We're gonna defend really good, and we're gonna conserve our energy, I guess. And then when they play really sloppy in the midfield, they get scored on once or twice, and then in the second half they come out. But this time, uh, no Charleston, no Son. He just had surgery today on his face. So he won't be playing. I said 2-1 Liverpool.
I went 0-2 to Liverpool. I think Spurs are going to give it up early, and I don't think they're going to be able to get it back against Liverpool. I just
Here's the
don't.
thing. Kulichevsky might be back, and as much as and I've unfortunately had the misfortune to watch a lot of Tottenham games this season, and and something I've noticed, I've always kind of talk about how y'all don't have a center, how Chelsea doesn't have a center attacking mid, and Graham Potter refuses to play a single person in that space.
Right.
Tottenham don't have a center attacking mid either, but Harry Kane is. I hate him, but I gotta give him just so
Right.
much credit because the way he not only does he come back for the ball, but
Mhm.
he comes back, he runs, he works, he holds the ball up like just so well. It makes me hate him
Right.
so much,
Oh yeah.
especially when I'm cheering really hard against him, like I
Yeah.
was on Tuesday, and Sporting are just coming at him, and
Yeah.
then Kane comes and gets the ball, breaks everything up, slows the whole game down. Maybe draws a foul. I hate that he does that.
Yep.
It comes in and tries to draw the foul, but
Yep.
he's just so good at the hold up, at the keeping the ball, and it's just like, man, he kind of does that for them, and knits the
Right.
play together. So I think Tottenham always have a goal in him. Just with Kane on the pitch, he's that X. He just is that X factor. It just is what it is.
Right.
I hate that about him, but that's just it is. So I think they've got a goal, but I still think Liverpool 2-1.
I think
Yeah.
Liverpool. Yeah. Like I said, I think they're going to take it early, and I don't think the Spurs are going to be able to get it back. I think Liverpool's just going to, if they give Liverpool too much of the ball,
Oh, they
which
will.
they, which
They
they
will.
will, which they will. They've done it all season. I don't see anything changing this time. Liverpool's going to shove. Liverpool plays in midfield. Like Liverpool's going to get early
Well,
goals, and all they have to do is just grind. They won't
that's true.
necessarily grind it out as
It's going to come down to winning that second ball.
right,
If Bentancur and Hoiberg, and see the thing with Spurs that I'm so happy about Spurs playing this way is that Hoiberg and Bentancur legitimately have carried them through. Legitimately have carried them through these matches, and they're going to tire out.
right,
They're not going to be able to do this week in and week out for the whole season. And if they don't have a good game, it'll be 4-0. It's against anyone. If Bentancur and Hoiberg don't play well, Spurs will lose badly. And if they don't win the second ball, because that's what it's going to be, the long diagonals, they don't win those second balls off of those. Salah will pick him up in those areas just outside the box in the channel and stuff like that, and he'll be able to work his magic, and it'll just be too much. So
too much,
I agree with you. I think Liverpool are going to come out quick, get a couple goals in, it'll be too much.
too much. Yep.
Well, we'll move on to the first for the badge derby. Arsenal visiting Stamford Bridge. I asked another Chelsea fan just a little bit ago that Lauren works with about whether or not this was the first time in a while that Chelsea is actually afraid to see Arsenal on the fixture list.
No,
No?
no. The only person I'm afraid of seeing on the fixture list this year, legitimately, like for the first time in a long time, I was like, all right, it's probably it's going to be a banging match. I think ours is going to be a grind. I don't think it's going to be a lopsided affair by any means. I think it's going to be a dogfight in every position, especially since we have, and this is what we have going for us. The young guys that Potter's going to have to field in this massive rivalry, they have no choice. They are either going to play their hearts out and show up, or they are just going to, and this is where you might take it, they're just going to get ran over and be lost, which I really don't hope or think is going to happen under Potter's system. Like you have to kind of buy in now. It's all or nothing.
Is he gonna change it up from last week?
Yeah,
From
100%. I think that'll be
start 4 in the back.
again, right. I think it'll be another seven change ish. Like Potter's not scared to.
Talk about your formation. Is he
Oh
gonna
yeah,
play at the back and have two wingers trying to come back and cover that defense? Three at the back and two wingers will try to cover,
if
or
he
is
does
he gonna
that against If he does that against y'all, we're done. If we have Chili and James or Cuckoo and James
Sure.
and a healthy back three, fine. We can run Martinelli down. Fine. We're not doing that if we play a back three on. Sorry.
Even if you play a back four, man, even if you play like a 4-3-3 and it's Ruben and Cuckoo, I mean, do you think Aspilicueta will start over Cuckoo because he got ran so ragged? I mean, if he gets run ragged by Trossard,
I really don't think
Jasper
Aspilicueta.
Saka is gonna have a field day.
I really
Martinelli and Saka will have a field day.
right. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, yeah, it's we know Gallagher's going to be in. We know Gallagher's going to be in. We know Mount's going to be in. We know. I don't. Well, this is the problem. I don't know if Havertz is going to play or not because he hasn't been fielding Mount and Havertz really on the same pitch too much this season. I don't know why. I don't know why he doesn't tell Mount succumb to the offensive and just play that because George is there to play it.
Starts though.
Right.
I'll be shocked.
I don't. But to answer your question, no, I'm not. I'm not. The only person I'm scared to play is Man City because I don't think we have a defender I don't think we have the defense, let alone midfielder offense, to even score a goal. I just don't. I don't think. I think they beat us in all three of those situations. I think they beat us up top. They beat us in the mid. They out defend us. So that stacks up. We have to be worried or grind out that game to be a 0-0 just to take points home. I don't think we'll grind. Like, I don't think we'll park the bus or play this defensively. I think it's going to be a dogfight. We want to take y'all 2-1. We want to take y'all 3-2. We want to. I don't think there's going to be a 1-0. I don't see this game being that.
I said 3-2 Arsenal.
Wow. So yeah, I put it 3-2 Chelsea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see this game playing.
If not more,
Right. That's how I see this game playing out. It's gonna turn into a FIFA game where no one's playing defense at some point, and we're just hitting on breaks because it's the only way.
Y'all didn't come out of the locker room last week and took 2 goals right in the beginning. That's what we do, man. 11 goals in the first 30 minutes this season. That's what we do. So and our defense statistically is better away from home. We've gotten more shutouts. I think we're 3 shutouts away and 2 at home, or maybe 4 and 3, 4 and 2. But so and we're healthier than most, to be honest with you.
Oh, dude, not only Kepa got injured too.
Kepa's out too, man. It's not great. They're just torn through injuries. I definitely think that you're gonna get the same from Arsenal, but y'all are gonna have some standout performances. You don't have anybody in the midfield. Who is gonna play in the center of the midfield? Yeah, nobody, none.
Georgie.
I thought he was out.
Kova's out.
Yeah, Kova's out. I thought Jorginho was too.
No.
Dude, y'all are torn, man. Y'all have some injuries.
No, Georgie's fine.
You sure? I was looking at a pre-match report
He's not on our
ago.
He's not on our injury. He's not on our Kepa, Kova, Chili, James. Those are like
Okay, actually according to the BBC, Kovacic will play. Kovacic will be fit. Yeah.
Kovacic
It doesn't say anything about Jorginho, so yeah.
or Aspilicueta, right? I can't find his injury update. I don't know if it's been.
It doesn't say it on BBC. It doesn't say.
I hope he's fine.
So yeah, it'll be Jorginho and Kovacic and Gallagher. Then it'll be Sterling, Yachty, Havertz, and then is it Cuckoo, Chalaba, Silva, and Ruben or Aspilicueta?
It'll be Aspilicueta. He's
more
fine.
more traditional defender.
Right. He's which means what will happen, which I've been wanting to happen. I don't think Ruben, if that's the lineup, then Ruben doesn't get the start, which I'm fine with.
I'm not. I hope he does start.
Yeah, I bet you do. He gets so lost.
He gets
He's
more
so-
lost, I think, when he's playing center defensive mid in that 3-back style y'all have, that formation, because no one runs
So-
back on the wings.
so
And so if
lost.
he's trying to go back and forth to cover both wings, like he just gets swallowed in a
swallow.
gigantic
So
in all of that space that he's trying to cover.
yeah. Oh yeah. It's terrible. It
But
looks
if you play Jorginho and Kovacic,
Yeah.
and Connor, there's going to be a huge, like, Kovacic just doesn't do the box to box like we've seen for Croatia even, and we've seen last season where I was always like, y'all need Kova,
Yeah.
And he hasn't been up to those heights, I think, this season, to be honest with you. And so that might leave a lot of space. Like, who are y'all going to put on Thomas Partey? Who's going to mark Xhaka? That's where y'all need to focus, because we run the midfield through them two, just straight running it. So who's gonna compete with them? And then Martin pops up everywhere. Odegaard just pops up in all kinds of different spots.
Well, that's my immediate answer to Odegaard would be Kovacic. My immediate
Stick him on.
Connor, huh?
Just stick on him. Just stay with him, man to
Man
man.
marking. Man
Yeah.
marking. Just body to body. That takes a massive body out of the midfield. And it's a dogfight. You're gonna have to fight the whole game, which Kova can do. Again, like you said, we haven't seen it. I don't think, like I told you at the beginning of the season, that injury report that we got last season at the end was not very optimistic. So him playing this way, and then when he started starting games and playing full 90s, I don't think he's healthy. I just don't. I don't think he's healthy because he's not playing the same. He does not play. He's a brute. When a brute does not play body on body brute midfield position, he's playing like more tactical and more spacious, which may be Potter, but he's not bruting dudes off the second ball, off of the 50-50. He's not. He's getting pushed around. I'm not trying to say he's playing scared, because he's not. I don't see that in Kovacic. It's just that he's playing like he's hurt.
Yeah.
But it's not an excuse. It's just I think he's back too early because he has to be. I mean,
Yeah.
how can we lose Kovacic and N'Golo Kante and still have a inkling of competition with where the league's at right now? And the money we have invested in those two individuals. They're both international players.
We're gonna have
Oh yeah. And they're two internationals, which takes two massive spots off of our roster.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
I just wonder if y'all don't handle the opening salvo again.
Oh, if we sustain y'all for the first 30,
I don't think y'all have any comeback power. Like, it's y'all will just struggle to come back after going down. Have y'all even done that under Potter? Have y'all gone down a goal and then come back?
I don't think it's always either been up one, given up one, or draw.
Yeah.
I don't think we've lost. Have we? Yeah, we took that 4-1.
You lost to Brighton, but
Right.
that wasn't that was case in point. Y'all weren't able to bring it back, but
Right.
y'all never looked like bringing it back in that game though. I don't think that's how this will go at all. I don't think that's how this game will go.
Which I hope the conversation in that locker room was: do we ship 3, not show up, hope for the best to get rest up, because we have Arsenal, we have Man City, we have massive games coming up, and there's no rest to be had. There's none. So you got to give up a 3 points to somebody. I mean, I hope that was the case.
Yeah.
That's me being optimistic. Like, I hope that's the case, that he took one to rest so we can come out, play y'all.
I mean, I love that. I love that being the mentality of rivals in the league. That's not Arsenal mentality. We want to win every game.
You have to now. There's a big difference between us and y'all on the table. We're fighting for third, fourth. We're okay with that. We know that's coming down the pipe.
So are we.
No, you're not.
That's the minimum this season. Think about it. We went eighth, fifth, eighth, fifth, or eighth, fifth, fifth, or what was it? Yeah. And so the minimum, like if you told Arsenal fans at the beginning of the season, qualify for Champions League and nothing else,
You'll be
you'd be,
fine with that.
you'd be okay with that.
Right.
And so at the end of the season, if we finish third or whatever, make it, as long as we win a couple cup games and we don't go out 1-0 to a championship side in the very first FA Cup match like we did last season,
Right.
then it'll be good. And then the season after that, maybe we'll talk. Especially if, we go 75% of the season neck and neck and then kind of fall off in the end. But as long as we're on top of the table, I understand what you're saying. If we get to halftime, if we let's see, we play Chelsea, and then we play, who else do we play after that? We have Brighton in the Carabao Cup. I still want to call it the Carling Cup.
Yep.
Back in the day. And then we play Wolves on Saturday. So there's no reason why we shouldn't be on top of the league.
That's what I'm trying. Like, if you keep this momentum to December, if you're on top in December, the chances of you being on top come May, they go so high. The team who's leading in December, it's a stupid statistic I was reading.
We've led the whole way. We've literally led the entire season.
City slipped. City's been slipping, and when City slips and y'all don't, it's just creating that gap. And I'm telling you, this year is if y'all capitalize on this, it's y'all's year. Y'all can go from 8th to 1st, just like we went from 7 to 1. You can do it as long as you keep ahead and outpace City. Doesn't matter so much about the firepower that they'll bring into these tournaments. I think league-wise, if you keep playing these games right, you keep playing your cards right, outpace them. It's first or second is what I'm trying to get at. You have first or second place locked in. If you stay on pace, y'all are healthier than most. It's a great way to sum it up.
Yeah.
There's no excuse not to come in second at this point. We're not going to catch you or City at this pace. Neither is Tottenham and neither is Liverpool. It takes care of huge. That means the pressure is just.
What about Manchester United and Newcastle, who are both flying?
I don't think United is going to stay like this. I don't see it in their squad. I don't see it coming.
They've been good.
They have issues in that. They have issues on that squad. They always have. They will. They have issues on that squad, and it will come out
in silence, man. Newcastle coming in hot.
Nah, if we don't come in third again, I don't want to fight for fourth again. That is not acceptable in the league for us, and neither should it with the money that we have and the players we have.
This could be a bad week for you, man. I'm not gonna lie. This could be a really bad end to the first half of the season for y'all.
Yeah.
Because if we come to town and win at the Bridge, and then y'all go out of the Carabao Cup to City midweek, and then go to Newcastle and don't get a result versus Newcastle, which is definitely on the table. St. James's Park is a nightmare. It's a nightmare place to go.
Right.
And y'all go into the World Cup off the back of 3 losses. That could be damaging. There could be. I hope y'all smash City right out the tournament. I hope Pep comes in with the youngsters like,
Chelsea's injured. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope y'all do. I hope y'all do that. But
we'll see, man. It's gonna be a fun.
Who knows what kind of we'll see for anybody in the Carabao Cup.
Right.
Like we played Brighton, so is Brighton gonna bring a squad? I don't know. I have no idea.
No idea. Right. It's just I'm very optimistic about this week. I hope we've done this before. We've been here before with the academy. This is why Ruben Loftus-Cheek is in the squad. That's why Tammy Abraham is playing at Roma. That's why we have Tomori playing for Milan. These players are starting in these international squads because we've done this before. We have gotten this injured. We've had no Eden Hazard. We've had barely a Willian. We've had only Marcus Alonso on the defensive back and Azpilicueta. We had to call up players. We had to call up Cobham and say, yeah, it's time for them to get a jersey. And they're playing. Yeah. And we still have that. Our academy has not changed. The culture has not changed. We still have that. And I hope that those players get the same nod that this last generation got. And I hope they show up.
All right.
Conor Gallagher hits a banger against you guys to be a hero. Are you kidding me?
Is that what you're saying? That's actually what I was about to ask you. Final call. Someone's got to step up for you guys and be a hero.
Dreams are made up, bro.
Someone has to set the tone. Who's it gonna be?
I would love. Well, you know who my initial Mr. Chelsea bleeds for the badge now is Mason Mount. That's the guy. But I think Conor Gallagher
down.
Conor Gallagher's got it in the bag. Like, he's got a bag of tricks, and people underestimate it.
He got the 1 goal against Palace.
He was good again. He was good when he played for Palace.
That's why he came to Chelsea. Yeah.
But we loaned him out. But yeah.
I'm backing Jesus to get back on the score sheet.
Ooh,
he's gonna give Silva and Chalobah a nightmare in there, man.
Chalobah's quicker than he perceives to be. Chalobah's been very defensively sound for us, given the circumstances that was happening on the wings.
Silva's not quick.
He's no Rudiger, I'll tell you that. I never thought I would say this. I miss Rudiger so bad.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. He's probably gonna be in that German squad.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's the reason Madrid's shored up their defense, plugging him in there. They're gonna be monsters this year, man. That tournament's gonna be wild.
Yeah. Well, anyway, all right. Final prediction. I say Arsenal 3-2.
Chelsea 3-2. Absolutely. Yeah. Mount hitting the winner.
Should be a banger. I'm saying let's go with a Boyaka Saka curler coming in from the right.
Curler
to win it in the 87th minute. Just sink.
I was gonna say the 88th at the top of the box.
Just sink Chelsea hearts right at the end of it. I'm gonna be flipping. I'm gonna be screaming.
Top bend.
running through the living room at the top of my lungs. 7 a.m. in the morning kickoff. Yeah. Lauren's gonna be so mad.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, those are our predictions. A little bit of an update. Hate to say it, but you do have the 38-34 lead. And you've gotten a couple that I was wildly off on, so you're definitely doing a little bit better than me.
This week's vastly different for us, so it'll
different. Yeah, but I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm just gonna go down in flames. Yeah, it's not gonna be great.
It's not gonna be great.
Well, anyway, that was the For the Badge podcast predictions and Champions League review. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell, get all the notifications for the new videos. Be on the lookout for the World Cup series. That intro video did just drop, so be watching out for that. And that's a good night.